Imagine standing on the shore of a quiet beach early in the morning. The sun is rising, casting golden light across the waves. At first glance, it looks peaceful, but as you walk closer to the water, you begin to notice the truth hidden beneath the beauty. Fragments of plastic bottles mixed with seaweed, tiny colorful microplastics embedded in the sand, pieces of fishing nets floating like ghosts beneath the surface. This beach is not unique. It is a mirror of the world. Plastic is everywhere, in oceans, rivers, soil, food, bloodstreams, unborn babies, mountaintops, and deep-sea trenches. It is inside birds, animals, fish, and us. We created plastic to solve problems, but now plastic is the problem. For decades, humanity has watched the plastic crisis grow silently. Every year, humanity produces more than 350 million tons of plastic. Most of it is used once and thrown away. Only 9% is recycled, 12% is burned, and the rest, more than 250 million tons annually, ends up in landfills, oceans, and ecosystems. Plastic is durable, cheap, convenient, and deadly. It can take 500 to 1,000 years to break down. Even when it degrades, it becomes microplastic, microscopic shards that enter air, water, soil, and bodies. Scientists have found microplastics in human lungs, placenta, blood, and even in newly forming organs. Plastic pollution is not just an environmental disaster, it is a biological crisis. And yet, in the middle of this growing catastrophe, something extraordinary emerged, a tiny organism with the potential to change everything. In 2016, Japanese scientists discovered a bizarre new species of bacteria near a plastic recycling plant. This bacteria, Ideonella sakaiensis, had evolved the ability to not only live on plastic, but to eat it. For millions of years, bacteria evolved by breaking down natural materials, wood, leaves, dead organisms, but this was the first known microbe that had adapted to consume something artificial, something invented by humans, something nature never intended. It was small, fragile, microscopic, yet it represented something powerful, nature's attempt to correct our mistake. This discovery changed the world. Scientists realized that if bacteria could evolve to eat plastic on their own, then through genetic engineering, artificial selection, and synthetic biology, humanity might accelerate this process. Instead of waiting centuries for plastic to degrade, we could use living systems to break it down in weeks or days. For the first time, humanity saw a path toward reversing one of our biggest environmental mistakes. Now imagine the world in 2035. A world shaped by our new relationship with biology. Synthetic biologists work alongside AI supercomputers to create genetically engineered microbes designed to digest different types of plastic: PET, PVC, nylon, polyethylene, polystyrene, plastics that currently litter oceans and choke ecosystems. These bacteria are modified to break down plastic into harmless chemicals or even valuable resources. Some turn plastic into water, carbon dioxide, and simple organic molecules. Others convert plastic back into usable raw materials that can be reused in manufacturing. Entire labs emerged dedicated to optimizing these microbes, adjusting enzyme activity, controlling digestion speed, and preventing unwanted mutations. Imagine walking through a recycling center of the future. Instead of noisy machines crushing bottles, you see bioreactors, large transparent tanks filled with swirling liquid and microscopic organisms. Plastic waste is fed into these tanks, and within hours or days, the bacteria dissolve it into new materials. No smoke, no toxic fumes, no landfill, no pollution, just biology doing what biology does best, breaking down materials, transforming them, and returning them to the cycle of life. But this is just the beginning. The real revolution occurs when plastic-eating bacteria leave the lab and enter the real world. Picture vast ocean cleaning ships sailing across the Pacific garbage patch, an area of floating plastic waste 3 times the size of France. But instead of collecting plastic physically, these ships deploy robotic drones programmed to identify plastic pieces. Each drone carries microcapsules containing engineered bacteria enclosed within biodegradable shells. When the capsules reach plastic patches, they break open, releasing bacteria that dissolve plastic without harming marine life. The bacteria die after finishing their task, programmed with biological kill switches to prevent uncontrolled spread. Slowly, the gray floating islands of trash shrink, fade, and disappear. Now imagine landfills, mountains of plastic waste piled over decades. Future landfills are covered with bioreactor skins, special sheets containing bacterial colonies that eat plastic from the surface inward. Landfills, once expected to last centuries, begin shrinking within years. Cities previously buried under garbage slowly regain their land. But this revolution does not stop at cleanup. It transforms manufacturing itself. Companies start producing biocompatible plastics, designed from the beginning to be digestible by bacteria. These plastics look and function like traditional plastic, but break down completely in specially designed compost environments. Instead of throwing plastics into the trash, people put them into household biocapsules, small devices containing bacteria that dissolve waste overnight. Homes become micro-recycling centers. Fashion industries, one of the world's largest plastic polluters due to synthetic textiles, begin using fabrics made from biodegradable polymers. Old clothes are dissolved and turned into new fibers. Fast fashion loses its environmental sting. Oceans stop receiving billions of synthetic fibers every year. Meanwhile, packaging companies create edible plastics, materials that can be consumed by animals safely, reducing harm to wildlife. Hospitals use biodegradable medical plastics that dissolve after use, eliminating biohazard waste. Electronics companies develop devices with plastic components that break down at the end of their life cycle. But the most groundbreaking innovation emerges in 2045 when scientists develop genetically engineered bacteria that not only digest plastic but turn it into something valuable: fuel, fertilizer, building materials, or protein. Imagine throwing a plastic bottle into a bioreactor and getting biofuel. Imagine dissolving plastic waste and getting nutritious feed for plants or animals. Imagine melting plastic pollution and creating bricks stronger than concrete. This transforms recycling from a cost burden to a profitable industry. But such power comes with risks and controversies. What if bacteria escape into the wild and start eating plastics that should not be destroyed, like car parts, medical devices, or essential infrastructure? What if genetic mutations cause unexpected behavior? What if microbe ecosystems shift unpredictably? To address these concerns, scientists build biological safety systems, genetic locks, built-in expiration codes, and environmental dependency triggers, ensuring bacteria survive only under specific conditions. Governments create strict regulations. AI monitors bacterial evolution in real time. But as these safety measures improve, the world begins trusting biological recycling. Now imagine a future city in 2070. It produces almost no plastic pollution. Every home, business, and factory has its own biorecycling chamber. Waste enters as plastic. Useful products come out. Children learn about recycling not as a chore, but as a symbiosis between humans and nature. Oceans are cleaner, beaches are renewed, marine life rebounds, microplastic levels in human bodies begin declining as contamination reduces. Wildlife thrives in newly restored habitats. This is not an idealistic fantasy. It is a scientifically grounded pathway, one already in progress. Plastic-eating bacteria exist. Plastic-dissolving enzymes exist. Genetically engineered microbes exist. Bioreactors exist. Ocean cleaning drones exist. Humanity simply needs to scale these solutions. And yet, the most profound transformation is not technological, it is psychological. For the first time, humans stop seeing waste as waste. We begin to view trash as a resource, something that can be consumed, transformed, recreated, and fed back into the cycle of life. Instead of fighting nature, we collaborate with nature. Instead of harming the environment, we heal it using biology. This brings us to the most important question: can plastic-eating bacteria save the planet? The honest answer is this: plastic-eating bacteria will not solve every environmental crisis, but they will solve one of the biggest. They will clean oceans, restore ecosystems, reduce pollution, and revolutionize recycling. They will change how we produce materials, how we use them, how we dispose of them, and how we think about waste itself. They represent the beginning of a new era, not where technology dominates nature, but where technology and nature merge. A future where the smallest organisms become humanity's greatest allies. A future where innovation corrects our mistakes, a future where bacteria, once overlooked and feared, become heroes of environmental recovery. And maybe one day, when the oceans are blue again, when beaches are clean, when microplastics disappear, and when children inherit a planet healthier than the one we were born into, we will look back at these microscopic beings and say, nature had the solution all along, we just needed the wisdom to understand it. Hi, I am Dr. Mohsin Raza, and thank you so much for watching the video, and also don't forget to subscribe the channel.